live now. Let me know when you see it.
All right, it's up. Now that's a good movie.
I swear to God, you go higher than a 6, we're done.
Good morning, Movienauts. We are in prime time for everybody, so I hope today will be a great podcasting session. Today, we are bringing you Pushpa, The Rise. This movie came out last year. It is an action crime movie available on Prime for our US viewers if you want to check it out. This movie is about the red sandalwood smugglers and the police charged with bringing down the organization in the forest. Now, red sandalwood, as the movie says, is an illegal material to, I guess, transport and sell and all that kind of stuff. So, before we get into this, I just want to say that this movie kind of feels like KGF in a way, just toned down a lot. And Cody, I want to hear your thoughts on that because we're kind of dealing with the same category here. The last couple movies we've seen, I guess, with KGF 1, 2, Sudar Udam, and this one, they've all been sort of based around, that crime genre. At least that's what they're characterized as. So, very interesting movie. A lot of people said that maybe we wouldn't like it, maybe, we weren't ready for it, but without further ado, here is the Pushpa, The Rise review. Cody, take it off with your thoughts on the movie right now.
Actually, you bring up an interesting point with the KGF thing. So I was looking up release dates after I watched the movie, and I did notice this came out after KGF, and there actually is a lot of content, whether it be articles and videos, talking about that comparison. I'd say it's mainly in part due to like the whole chapter thing, but also the idea of, you got the same kind of protagonist that's like very, well, first of all, besides the crime-based industry thing going on, he's very, he's a very, like calm and collected guy with a combat style that's very unique, and he literally there was a scene where he literally did the KGF hair swoop, if you noticed that.
He also has his own thing.
He does. I like his beard thing. I kind of like that.
He's like,
yeah, it's cool when he does it. I remember the first time he does it when he's like telling them like, how much do I have to bribe you, and he's like, four. That's pretty cool.
He just keeps going up.
We're doing good. What's up, Raul?
An interesting thing about this is that it's a little bit different than what we've been seeing with sort of these high action films, is that you kind of have this regular guy. Like he isn't extremely ripped. He isn't, sort of that like, hey, that's he sort of has to build that name for himself, right? And he's like, I'm gonna take over, all this stuff, and another very close, like crime kind of syndicate kind of thing going on, and it's interesting because he plays like this middleman, and sort of ends up becoming like the guy, and then sort of the whole offshoot with like his love interest and stuff. I almost feel like in every single film that we've seen so far, there's always been like a love interest that they're going after. And I feel like the path of that has always been the same. Like with KGF, the girl doesn't necessarily want to be with the guy initially, and then like through everything, they end up like wanting to be with them. Like in this film, let me just pull up so I can find her name.
What's up, King of Kings? Good to see you. Film Indie, I did see your request. I just added it to our list because we have not heard of that one yet, so it is now on the list.
Shrivali, isn't like, she's like basically, oh, you gotta pay me to smile at him, or you gotta pay me to look at him.
She's very shy.
And then like she ends up just loving him, and that's sort of the same thing that we've seen so far with KGF, with his love interest. I guess in RRR it was a little different because it was the opposite way around. And yeah, a lot of things that sort of call back to the KGF stuff, and really interesting. Really, really interesting.
Yeah.
That was. I do feel like this movie was a little long though.
I don't know. Actually, for me, it went by really fast. I'll be honest. I didn't even realize it was 3 hours. I think KGF 1 felt longer to me than this. I think KGF 1 was like a little too long for me, but this felt right. Mm-hmm. I mean, it you know, I felt like they used their time wisely because you told me that before I watched it, and then I was watching it and I was like, yeah, I didn't feel like there was anything wasted. I kind of liked everything that got put on screen. Yeah, the ending is something we will definitely talk about for sure. I did like that change of pace. Yeah, why don't I bring up my notes here? It's kind of a jumble because I wanted it to fit on one screen, so it's kind of each line is its own thing, but the lines are just together because I had to fit it all on one screen so everyone could see it. Hopefully you guys can see it even if you're on a small screen here. Fahad Fasil, who did he play?
He's the Walmart Rom.
Oh yeah, that's weird. we said that earlier because he had the police uniform with the mustache. We were like, this looks like a Rom clone. Yeah, I mean, Luca, we could do something.
Well, wait, does he?
No, wait, no. I thought we were talking about
both of them, right?
Which cop though? Because are we talking about the first cop for the first half of the movie?
He's the second half of the movie.
That was the IPS guy.
SP.
Bonwar.
Yeah.
What's up, Harv? Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
The second cop that comes in. But there was a first one too, unless that was the same guy that just shaved his head.
No, it was two cops because there was a difference in mustache. But yeah, the bullet cop was really cool. He was really cool.
The first cop was Bargain Bin.
Yeah.
Rom.
Bargain Bin Rom.
Second cop was like Eggman.
Yeah, no, he was great. Yeah, that second cop was awesome.
So, no, but it was interesting that he was sort of like working with Pushpa, and he was like basically saying that like I own you, right?
Yeah, like call me sir.
Like you call me sir, and like Pushpa was bowing down to him, and then it was sort of like maybe it was Pushpa's whole reasoning to do that to get close to him, and then like obviously betray him in the end there. That whole thing, let's just focus on that for a second. That whole thing was what, the last maybe like hour or so of the movie, maybe half hour of the movie, they introduced that new character, and then like they sort of quickly go through everything, and I would have rather seen him and Pushpa, the second one that's going to come out. I'd rather see that in the first half of that movie, and then they can do something else for the second half rather than it being sort of rushed in the first one. I mean, that's just how I felt like it was to me. But
to me, I think it was like they were trying to show you, like, all right, now that he is in charge of the syndicate, there are going to be higher ups in the police better than that first cop. And so we finally see someone who can match him, and then that's like the whole point is like, oh, a guy who can finally match him, but then Pushpa's like, nah. Like, I'm going to convince you that what you aim for is just a waste of time. I actually, I love that scene when, I'm trying to find an image of the first cop. I can't. Obviously, I'm finding pictures of, Bonwar.
Yeah.
And he was really cool when he takes the smoke. Oh, a lot of chats here, guys. Let me just catch up a little bit. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
They really do focus on the second one a lot. And Pushpa also, so he has two things, right? He has his beard swoop, and he has his legs crossed.
Yeah. He's got a signature style. I think one of my favorite scenes, and I wrote this down, was when he was like, "You're short," and they start freaking out counting the money, and it took, and then he kind of explained it. It was like, no, you weren't short in the money, you were short a word. You didn't say sir when you invited me to your wedding, and like how he was really dominant in that conversation. He was really cool.
Oh yeah, like that. That's a power move.
One thing is missing. What scene is that? I'm not good with... I'm trying to remember. I just watched it. like an hour ago. So okay, I got it. It's
that's
right.
unusual
It's still
to
in
remember
my
that.
head. One thing. Do you remember the one thing is missing? You guys will have
I
to
don't believe
remind
I
us.
do.
So let's see.
Are you talking about towards the end? Was it towards the end?
Oh wait, was it? Yeah, it might have been when he was using the pistol. I think, is that what you mean? Like those six. There were 6 rounds in the service revolver, but he was like, "There's one missing because you were gonna shoot my hand," and then he showed him that it was the blood of his father. That was really cool. The way he just made him change his mind about his entire life. He was like, "Yeah, you're wearing labels, but take them off. What does that make you?" You know, and he realized.
Yeah,
the
whole brand thing.
That was cool.
Was great. Yeah. That's a great scene. Now this did have some great scenes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he seems like a
Realistic
great
actor.
actor. Yeah. Oh, I also liked that there was that scene when they were hiding all the logs because the previous cop was coming, like the first discount Rom was coming to capture him. bargain bin Rom, and they were like, one of his guys was like, "Pushpa, there's another log," and then he like uses
He just like flicks it up.
Yeah, he flicks it with the crane and then bashes it into the river. That was really cool.
I really liked the way that he was creative about hiding the logs. You know, like in that first scene, he had them all lifted up into the tree, like up into the canopy of the trees. Which, if that guy didn't see that, like them all just hanging there,
That's why he's discount Rom.
like, come on, man. Like you're on a slope, looking up towards Pushpa, and you're telling me you don't see all the amount of logs that they had, too?
Thank you, Barbara.
Like, come on, you didn't see all that hanging there, man. It's just, and I like how he taunted them too. Like, it wasn't just the act of hiding all the logs. It was also him taunting them at the same time. Like, obviously he knows that they are doing illegal activities with these logs, but he's also like, well, you didn't catch me doing it, so what do you got? You gotta try again, catch me next time.
Yeah.
So it's this nice like cat and mouse kind of thing that's been going on. I did see him in real life.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Rahul, he does look really different, to be honest.
No, yeah, I noticed a screenshot of like how much they changed his face for the movie in terms of like, obviously he's like, they have to add a lot of, I'm guessing like a lot of dirt because he's he's working in the woods a lot, and then the beard and the hair. Like you look at him in real life, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, very
Bargain
different.
Bin
He has
Rom.
like short cut hair.
Did you find a picture of Bargain Bin Rom? We need that right away.
I did find, not like in the movie, unfortunately. I did just find like who, like his acting photos.
All right.
But here, this is the closest thing that I could pull up for you.
Yes.
I
want Bargain Bin Rom on stream now. This chair sucks. There he is. There he is. Okay. There he is. Let me put that on stream.
I'm surprised. Like, he had a pretty big role in this movie, and
he was cool, but it was like the mustache, the glasses, the hair, and like a police officer. So it was like when he came on screen.
I gotta get more specific.
He was like a less intimidating Rom, obviously.
Damn, man. I even type in the milk truck, and it doesn't even show up like with them at the.
Really?
It doesn't even show up with them at the thing, like at that checkpoint.
You guys recognize
so
this guy?
Is red sandalwood, like, is the smuggling of that material actually like a big problem?
Or is it based in reality?
Because I just saw a photo of them doing I just saw a photo of like a Pushpa inspired thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about the combat too because it was really cool. I think that was one of the most notable things.
Best dances.
Yeah, his stance. He's always with like one shoulder up, you know, when he walks. And even the song was, his theme song was cool. None of the other music really hit me like other movies did, but his theme song was really cool. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, so it's a really expensive wood. Yeah. Okay, we need to address the elephant in the room when it comes to this movie's graphics. You know me, I don't really mention graphics because they don't bother me that much. But that introduction, you know what I'm talking about? Where you see, like, they go to Japan.
Oh, that whole thing?
It was claymation, I think.
I think it was just bad I don't even think it was claymation.
It wasn't. No, it was like a video game or something.
Yeah, it was
it really set the stage for me because I was like, if
for 2021 release too.
Yeah, so the problem was, here's the funny thing is I saw that intro and obviously it looked very video gamey and it looked really bad. And I was like, if the beginning is bad, then I'm worried about the rest of the movie. But then the rest of the movie was fine. Like the chase scenes, the action, like the fighting, everything looked great. So I was like, why did they go with that intro if everything else was great? It was just, you know, I get it. It sets the stage. You got to tell it, but maybe use like cool artwork or something instead of.
They could have just did it live, like a live action kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been. They were showing shipments on boats and stuff, so maybe they didn't have the budget to do all that. But even if it was just like images instead of, you know, like kind of like flashbacks instead of I don't know, like mobile phone game looking.
Yeah,
that was the only weird thing because the rest of the movie
it looked like a prototype, you know, like early alpha video game.
It looked kind of like
but that was the only CGI stuff that we've, I guess, besides like, you know, the logs flying. What's up, AJ? Which were fine. No, you're not late.
We're just getting started. Yeah, no, because it wasn't. It's kind of like that to me. It looked like what basically like. All right, you're an editor, or you're the CGI guy. You get the script. You make that as a prototype to show the director before you make a finalized version of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because they were just kind of like figures that kind of just slid. Maybe it was like a, you know, like maybe it was meant to reminisce like a chessboard game, like moving pieces in a game of like, you know, the whole thing.
I think you're overanalyzing it. I think it was just like
I think
low budget. Maybe it was like
chess. It was chess all along.
It was just like an afterthought. Maybe like, you know, how do we explain why red sandalwood is, you know, needed, or, you know, why these people are risking their lives. You know, I think that was just like, oh, here you go. This is the reason why they needed for violins or whatever they were making.
It was good. It was good intro. The information it gave was good, but then it was just the graphics that were silly. Overall story, we'll definitely hit that topic soon. Oh, it's very nice.
That jungle fight, Rahul, was interesting.
That was cool when he was blowing up. Yeah.
That was like very Daredevil-ish for me. Because obviously, you know, Daredevil.
What, just because they're blind, they have to be related to Daredevil?
Well, no, but like that's really the only other, you know, hero that we have that is blind. So, what do we think of the story overall, AJ? I thought it was a good story. I thought the story was more solid, I think, than KGF. Because they set it up in a way that it was like easily followed. You know, you had, okay, this is the reason that they're smuggling sandalwood, and then you have this guy that needs to make some money, so he goes and smuggles it, and then he works up the ranks and becomes a partner, and then, you know, he sort of takes over the entire business. And you see him sort of rise up the ranks and do that. So the story is very clear. It's laid out in a very, it's easy to understand. And yeah, it is kind of like a rags to riches story, like you say. And I feel like a lot of the stories that we've seen with these crime genres, you know, with KGF, rags to riches as well. You know, he said, I'm gonna take over the world. He didn't have money then, and then he became somebody that was like, you know, the most feared man in India, I'd say, in KGF. So very, very telling storyline, and they can see where they develop it too.
And it's It's almost like more grounded in a sense. Like obviously they're both still a little fantasy in terms of their combat and the power level of the protagonist, but I mean like in terms of relatability of a story, you have like mom in KGF the mom's like, I like gold, get all the gold, be the king of the world. But in this one it's just like he's struggling because he was disowned basically by his family and wants to make a name for himself because he literally has no name for himself. So it's more of like a story you can relate to, and you see his struggle, and he's a really good actor. The guy who plays Pushpa, when he was like emotional in a lot of those scenes, like when his mom gets hurt, and like he was really good. Not to say the KGF thing wasn't good. It's just this is cool in its own sense because it's more.
I do think KGF is still a better film than this, and it should be added to the universe of KGF because they're very similar characters. I would say.
That'd be an interesting fight. I don't know. I think it's different.
No. I think
power levels are different.
No, if Pushpa would lose in a fight against
the monster.
Against the monster, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he would lose. But it should be added to the KGF universe because imagine that. Imagine the KGF gold mines, and then you have this guy doing the sandalwood stuff. Like
they'd have to.
That could be crazy.
But we don't know. You'd have to interlace when things took place, what events took place, and if they knew each other, it would get complicated. But yeah, I guess they can do it.
I don't think maybe they would know of each other, but I don't know how fast news would get around in India during whatever time period this was.
Again, I think this is the same. Honestly, it's for me. I know people have varying opinions on KGF, but for me, so far, Bahubali and KGF series, I liked both the first and the second. I love them both, but I feel like the second one always comes out on top just by a hair for me, probably because of like budget upgrades and they know where the story is going better and the characters better by then. So I am excited to see where this goes. It feels more Breaking Bad than superhero-y or anything. It's nice. It feels more, like I said, it feels more grounded than like KGF in terms of like a two-parter like crime organization kind of thing. It's more like they're dealing with basic cops. They don't have like a resurrecting Viking basically coming after you. In the government of India.
Can't die.
Yeah. So who's Pushpa's father? Wasn't he? His mom's like either boyfriend or husband at the time, and he. Like the family disputed that they were actually together, and he said because they weren't actually in the wedlock that he didn't get the name.
Yeah, it was some type of affair.
Yeah, let's put this photo up.
I don't know. That whole thing, like we don't really, I guess, know who his father is, right? I mean, we've seen him getting carried away at the funeral, but we don't learn much, and I hope we learn maybe more about that in the second movie. And because we kind of just get thrown into this, like we see he doesn't have a surname, so that's kind of the whole thing.
Yeah, that police station scene was one of my favorites as well, AJ. Yeah, that was great.
Are you a brand boy? Do you like brands? Are you like
Me?
You go and you buy like a specific brand of something?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I kind of just buy the cheapest clothes I can find because I know I'm gonna like ruin them within a week. So I literally buy like $20 pairs of shoes because they last for a year and I can just throw them away. Actually, the only thing I buy brands of is my shoes, but then again, not expensive. I don't like expensive clothes, but that's just me.
For me, oh, I actually just stepped into a Walmart the other day, and I was not gonna lie, I was kind of scared. Walmart's crazy, but
I used to work there.
I like brands. You used to work at a Walmart?
Mm-hmm. I was a closer. I worked 10 p.m. to 7 a.m.
When?
2 years ago, maybe.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I feel bad. That sucks.
It was
Walmart's. I'm a Target. Like if we're talking like brands between like Walmart and Target, I'm going to Target.
Yeah. Listen, I can't buy expensive clothes. What's the point? I'm just like Pushpa. If I buy expensive clothes, they're gonna get torn up in a week, and it's gonna be a waste of money. I'd rather just buy cheap clothes I know I cannot feel bad about just ruining. Like I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to like, nicer clothes for me,
where did we go?
I will do some branded. We're still on Push, but we're talking about, he looks nice in that. There's, I would get like branded stuff. But if it's my daily clothes, I just kind of get whatever like looks nice and fits well. So I'm not like too picky. I do enjoy brands though. Like, if I'm getting some type of, when it comes to like food and stuff, I'm very branded with food. Whose introduction do we like the most? Rocky Balboa or Pushpa? Rocky.
Just gonna get a really awkward close up of this guy.
Dude, he looks like I don't know, the shaved head, I'm sorry, he kind of just looks like a baby with a mustache.
Make this as awkward as possible.
Okay. Don't even mention Rocky suits, because I will do it at some point. Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about it,
Rocky suits are great.
Brand is the attitude, like Pushpa wanted to be a brand, I think. I think his whole thing was, it's like, oh, you get Pushpa to do it? Like, he's going to get it done. The material's going to get there. He is, his legacy, really. So he made himself into a brand. And I think that sort of helps him with the whole surname thing. Like, imagine if he did have a surname. Like, if he's just Pushpa. And I think it's cool that he's just Pushpa. I don't know how important surnames are. But, like, just being that one name, that's pretty sick to me. I don't know.
Just like this. Yeah, I think he wants to, like, it's the idea of, like, don't wear a brand, make your life the brand. Because, like, he kind of said that. He was like, you can take off your uniform, and then your brand is gone. Well, are you guys uncomfortable now? Are you uncomfortable?
Wait, you gotta get the mustache just showing a little bit. Come on, he's worked hard for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so, overall, I liked the movie. I could see why people were a little underwhelmed, I think. I wanted to say something about the slow-mo, but I can't remember now if there was any slow-mo things that I didn't really like that much.
You know what? I'd like to
Oh, I did not like that whole dog thing. I did not like that.
The dog
I did not
thing?
like. Yeah, when he goes back to like his place and he has his dog there, and the dog's barking at him because he didn't identify who it was, and he just shoots his dog, and I'm like, really? Like, you just had to talk to the dog. Like, you just had to tell him to like do a command, and I'm sure he would have recognized your voice, and that was it. Like, just because you didn't have clothes on doesn't mean that he like doesn't recognize you any other way. Like,
get the stupid mutt out of here.
I didn't like that scene at all.
No, I know.
Yeah, where's John Wick versus this guy?
Where's John?
That'd
I mean,
be
we could probably. I mean, we'll probably do a review of John Wick 4 when it comes out.
I've watched all the. I've watched all the.
Oh
John
yeah,
Wicks.
oh yeah. Great movies. Yeah, it seems to be that the two-parter is just a staple now in terms of Indian cinema, and I'm jealous because the only notable one we have is really in the United States is Endgame and Infinity War, and this two-parter system is so nice because you get to you get a proper build-up of the characters,
Yeah.
And obviously, if it does well, it gets a third. In that case, KGF, obviously. I love in KGF when he slides. Whenever they I love how they freak out and their eyes get wide whenever they're moving papers and they see a folder that starts with K, and then there's a and then there's a G and they're like, and then there's an F and they're like,
P.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And then it says chapter and they're like, and then 5.
So yeah, I mean, I could see, yeah, like I was talking about before, I could see why some people were not a huge fan of this.
Yeah, it's got its flaws.
Then again, it wasn't horrible in terms of storytelling, and the action was good. Just a little on the long side. Some slow areas there. Like towards the end, when I was looking at the time, and I was like, damn, I still have another 30 minutes of this movie. it didn't make. I wasn't like wishing for it to end, but I was just kind of like, wow, this is like it's still going, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So you guys were saying to us before, like, don't be afraid to rank movies like, lower if you think it is. So for me, I mean, it's not gonna be ranked like low, but it might be a little shocking to you guys. I don't know.
No, yeah. For me, I think you guys who have been watching the last couple of episodes know that I am obsessed with and have been loving the music from every Indian movie we have watched. The music is amazing. And this one just didn't grab me. Honestly, I besides his theme song, music just didn't hit me in the feels, Didn't do it for me.
We'll express ourselves and then we'll lose all of our subscribers.
It sucked. No. I still had some great moments. The fight in this movie was so
I honestly
funny.
think that this movie, it was a good watch. Like I think it did give us some perspective on what's out there. Ignore music. What genre of music do we like? I personally like alternative type of music, like Imagine Dragons, 21 Pilots. I like 80s songs. Synthwave, like sort of what you hear in our intro, that kind of stuff. But some Indian cinema music, AJ, really slaps.
Yeah, I know the Triple R soundtrack, Bahubali. I think the music's great. This one just didn't grab me. In terms of me, I listened to like
music wasn't the focus of this one though.
I listened to blues and like 60s to 90s rock. But honestly, I'll listen to anything. If it's good, it's good. I don't care. I have in my likes list, I have songs of all categories. If it's good, it's good.
Overhyped.
Unless you have a bias.
Overrated. Honestly, though, but the rating. Do you want to talk about the? Are you comfortable with moving on to the ratings, or do you want to?
Let's hop into the notes one more last time. See if there's anything else I want to mention. Any notable things here. In terms of combat, I think I sent you a Snapchat mid-watch because I was laughing so hard. It was when he went to confront, what were the brothers? The three brothers. They had the same last name.
You have one there.
I do. Where is it?
Johnny Reddy.
What's the last name? Where do you see it?
Reddy was the last name. Or it wasn't the last name, but it was like part of the...
Yeah, no, that was right. Yeah, Jaka Reddy.
Jolly Reddy, Kana Reddy, and
when he beats up the one that was known for like being with
Humi Reddy.
Yeah, when he beats him up and he flips him upside down, so his spine is like backwards, and he like twists his ankles. That was really funny.
I also we're kind of overlooking Pushpa's wingman here too, a little bit. We haven't mentioned that guy once. That one guy that put all his eggs in one basket. Like in that beginning scene, you see Pushpa sitting there, and he's like, "I'm going with this guy. This guy's gonna make a lot of money." That was probably could have been the worst move that guy could have made, but he really tested out, and he was like, I gotta go for it, and it honestly really worked out.
It kind of reminded me of the reporter in KGF who started following him around,
Mm-hmm.
So, but he didn't really. He was cool. That's something we forgot to mention entirely. And something for me was there's a lot of comedy in this, and I loved it. I thought the jokes were really funny because he's just so calm. When they were like talking, he's like, "Is she looking?" And he's and he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Really?" He's like, "No."
I like how they say bro a lot. They said bro a lot.
I wonder if that's the translation, or if it's actually is bro, or if it's just like brother.
I like that it was just bro.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, bro, calm down." But yeah, there's some good comedy in this,
but that was a good like wingman to that guy. Like he went everywhere with him. He made sure things were working out. Like Pushpa did his thing, whatever. Like he was a solid wingman for him.
Just because he saw him do one thing.
He helped him get the girl, so...
Yeah, he did.
He was successful.
Okay, bro, yeah. It was, bro. Cool.
I like that.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
The hand movement was
yeah.
good. I need to grow my beard out a little bit longer.
So you can do that,
like back to what I used to have it like in the winter, and then I'll be able to really do it. But right now, I don't. It's a little short. But once I get it grown out again, I'll do it.
But yeah, actually, one last thing. I because you had mentioned the blindfolded fight scene. I thought that was sick. Like every time he beat up a guy, he'd turn around and kind of like blow on the thing so it would move so he can see for a second to know what to do next. I really like that. Anyway, if you're ready, I think we can head on. Just check on IMDb here.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's see.
Yeah, actually, the rating they have was somewhere similar to what I had in mind. So, and I didn't look at this. I came up with my rating like right after I watched it, and they're somewhat near me.
Again, though, I don't know. I can't. I'm assuming you have the curve up right now.
Oh, here, yeah, the curve. Oh, this 7.6
so
out of 10.
again,
Here's the curve, everyone.
Like you guys are saying, maybe it was an overrated film because of the actor, because has a lot of tens. But that's sort of been the trend that we've been seeing, anyways, with it having a lot of tens.
Yeah.
But there is no Rotten Tomatoes of this, by the way. So this is the only one that we have, and this is honestly, probably the best one.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Not a shocking curve, from what we've seen in the past compared to other movies. This seems to be the trend.
We've also been seeing that the majority of these films, for some reason, I think someone explained it before, get about 3 to 4% 1 out of 10s for a non-actual reason.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is the highest. This one is 6.5 at 1, and I would have actually imagined that maybe some of that is KGF fans going to see this, coming back and being like, you ripped off my favorite movie. Not that they did, but I mean there are some similarities, and I wonder if that had to do with it.
Yeah,
because we've seen.
Why don't you like Pushpa? Why are you giving the thrown up?
He's sick.
Why? What's the reason behind you not liking the film? I kind of want to know from somebody who comments that.
Although I do like your name.
So
Movienauts.
Yeah, not shocking. It's almost kind of fitting. I mean, you were saying it's in the ballpark of what you would rate it. I think for us talking about the ratings, we need to go into the intergalactic movie ranking system.
I agree.
Because I need to visualize where I would like to place it, because
I know
it kind of helps me.
So for anyone who is new here, these are all the movies we've seen this year. At the end of the year, we will do the award show. And the award show for ITM, we do movie the categories. Best movie, best costumes, whatever. So we do all the categories, but it's every movie we've seen in this year. Not just movies that have come out this year, but if we've seen it this year, it's included. So you get some classics, some new movies, some bad ones on purpose, because we like to do that as well. I think I went first last time. Or did you? For Sardar Udom. I think I went first.
You went first,
because I said, I was very happy.
Okay, so I kind of want to walk through my thought process here. I don't believe it belongs in a 6. Definitely does not belong in an 8. It's somewhere in the 7s.
I'm with you there.
Now, I mean, I don't want to compare it to Sarpada and Gray Man.
I think it's more just like, which one did you have a better experience with? Like which one did you enjoy more?
As much as I didn't I enjoyed this film more than I enjoyed Sarpada, I will say. But Sarpada is a different type of film that, heavily relies on the story. It's one of those, it's a boxing film. So I feel like it's different in the way that, this is more categorized with KGF and, those high action films.
Yeah.
The story on this was good. I feel like that is sort of the driving factor for this, because I thought the story was good. The action scenes in it were good. But, you know, there were some hiccups in that. Like, I felt like it was kind of slow. And I thought it was a little too long. I would have loved to see sort of like a teaser of the Fahad's character at the ending, and have that be the cliffhanger, and then build that up for the second movie, and then you're sort of wondering, like, who is that guy, like, what's going to happen, and then we sort of get a little bit more of an explanation between how that guy came into power with his police work.
I do think he is set up now for the second.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I wanted a little bit more, I guess, with that.
You mean a little less?
Yes, a little less. A little bit more in terms of, I guess, the explanation, because they just sort of like throw him in there and introduce him, like, instead of it being sort of this whole thing where, like, it would have been cooler if he was more mysterious and things. So for me, this movie is going to sit at, and I mean, honestly, with Escape Room at a 7, I kind of like ignore that just because
that was
that's a collective rating of 4 people. So, you know,
for people who don't know, if we ever do horror movies, it's with another podcast. And so that was 4 people rating that movie, so it's not totally accurate. I think you were the one rating that was different from the 3 of us.
My rating was like a 6 something, so it sits down there with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this movie a 7.3.
A 7.3. So I think I was around the same place as you there, because honestly, I don't, obviously totally different categories of movie here, not comparing them based on those elements, and out of enjoyment, I actually liked Sarpada a lot, and I didn't find myself as engaged as Sarpada. And it's really well done in terms of a lot of things besides that intro. So for me, it's not a 6. I think there's just a lot of good elements here, that it's one of those things where you know, like, the second one has a lot of potential. This is tough, because, like, I'm going to be controversial here.
Uh-oh. You read Rahul's thing saying 7.3 is generous, so you're going to be like...
No, I just... Something's off, you know? So it didn't all click. Missing. Like, if I don't like... if I don't like the music, something's wrong. Because I've the music has slapped for every movie we've seen. This is a 7. I'm just giving this a 7. It's gonna, okay. 7. So if you want to settle at what? You feel comfortable at a 7.1 or a 7.2 for a settle? Going for a 7.
I'd go for a 7.1.
7.1, yeah. You know, it's got a lot of good things going for it. I definitely would love to see a sequel, or, you know, when it comes out, I'd love to see it. And I'm pretty much guaranteed I like the second one better.
6,
7.
You know, I don't think it sits.
6 is
I don't think it sits in a 6. You know, it's a solid film. You know, for us, I feel like, you know, maybe you know, the 7s aren't as generous as they seem. Like, you know, we're looking at 6 to 7 as a good movie, you know. So it's kind of it's a solid, you know, film that I would say
is a big deal for
a watch. We like to be serious with it.
It's kind of
you know,
fun,
like,
yeah. We take it very seriously for probably no reason, but we're like,
we don't want to be like 7.1 or
7.3. It's too big of a decision. Bahubali 3 or KGF 3 or RRR 2. Oh, that's like, I want all 3. And I want to see them all the same night in the same theater. Yeah. All at once. That's a tough choice.
I don't know where they would go with a RRR 2. I feel like that story. I don't even know if there's one even being talked about.
I don't think so. I think it got a nice cozy ending.
That whole thing, yeah, that was a nice.
Sometimes a movie's just great on its own, and it doesn't need to be like drained for money. You know, some movies are meant to have sequels.
I would like to see a KGF 3.
Oh, I mean, we are gonna see that. So I think it's the only one out of those we are gonna see.
Like you guys are we're getting a lot of comments to not watch Sahu. You know.
Hey, we're having fun here.
We're having a lot of comments to saying, don't watch it. It's bad.
Yeah.
And the more that we see those comments, the more that we're like, you know what, we're gonna watch it. And that could be a movie if you guys are saying it's that bad. It could be ranked low. We could watch it, and it could be the worst movie that we've seen out of, India. So, who knows?
Listen, I
don't think it's gonna be The Other Man bad.
No.
I think we'll still get enjoyment out of it. Like, it could be one of those movies for us where it's like, it's so bad that we find it good.
Yeah, it's right. Like, I'm one of those people where, like, I will always find, I'm very positive, and especially in movies. Like, Tumbat is on our list, actually. Like, I'll be very positive, even if the movie's bad. I'll be like, oh, well, I like that. They did that really well, but then all this, it didn't pan out so well. So it's like, even if it's a bad movie, we're not gonna, like, we can't just always be doing 9s and 10s, right? Like, you guys can recommend movies. People are always going to, oh, don't watch that one, it's bad. Well, it's like, yeah, well, it might be, but we got to figure that out. We don't know yet. You know what I mean? So,
and also, Cody, I'm going to rank this movie as not a favorite, by the way.
Yeah, no, I agree. I got to add KGF 2 to the favorites. Sardar Udam is not on the favorites, guys. It's definitely worthy of the favorites, but it's just so... I can't watch it. It's so amazing. I just can't watch it again. It's just too much. It's too much.
I love the divide with Sahu. Like, it's such a controversial thing that it makes me want to watch it.
Yeah,
like,
it makes us want to watch it more.
You guys are saying it's that bad. Like, okay, well, Jesus.
That's why we want to watch it. Guys. Look at this. Look at a movie. Look at the lowest movie we did.
Looking at the ratings. Jeez. I just peeped the ratings quick. I'm not going to tell you what they are, Cody.
Yeah,
don't want to spoil it for you, but wow.
Listen,
we're gonna watch it. You know what? We're gonna do Sahu next, and you guys can show up for it. You can show up for it, or you don't. All right. That's how I'm feeling about that film right now. You can show up. You can listen to us talk about it, and whatever. But you guys keep saying it's bad, and
that's why we want to watch it. Yeah.
That's why I want to watch it. And this movie could be the first.
What up?
This movie could be the first. 4 for us. It could be the first 5. We don't have a 5 this year. It could be the first one.
I know we need a 5. So it'll just perfectly fit there, coincidentally.
It could be that film, and that.
That's how it is. I need a hammer. I need
we are so open.
Court is adjourned
to watching. Like, we literally were begging people to give us bad movies to watch because we just wanted to have something that was down there, which is why we sat through movie 43.
It's also
and why we watched The Other Man.
Yeah. Sometimes our ratings are very different than critics, so we won't know if it's bad till we watch it.
Like,
I'm excited. I'm actually really excited to see it, just because it's Prabhas too. So, like, I know at least the lead actors. I'm hoping that it's so bad that, like, the supporting cast can't act. So he's like an amazing actor, and he's like, tell me where the bomb is, and they're like, I don't know, sir. Like, they just can't act at all, and it's just the weirdest thing.
Yeah, we just gotta watch it. We'll get it out of the way so you guys can stop talking about it, and then we'll leave it up to you guys for the next podcast.
All right. Wait, I have a question. Maybe you guys can answer this because I know Corridor Crew did it. There's this movie. Is it Saho? I don't think it is. And there's the
thought it, like, when they were doing the jumping from the buildings. Okay.
Is Saho the movie where the lead character puts on, like, there's like this, like, jetpack force?
It is.
And they have the giant jetpacks and they fly around the city, and he's like a special unit, and they flip the truck on the bridge. Is that the right movie? It is? Oh, I'm so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am. I've been wanting to see that so bad. Because it just, people are saying the cuts are so bad. Like, it feels like a trailer when you're watching it. It just doesn't make sense what's happening. And that makes me more excited, so.
Come on, you guys have to be pumped for us to see this.
All right, if we're doing Saho,
watch all the good movies. We gotta leave some space for the ones that are like, oh god, like don't look at that.
If we're watching Saho, we should actually watch it together and record our reactions live, so we can timestamp it for you guys, and we can like play our reactions to scenes, so you know what scenes we're reacting to. I want to do live reactions to Saho.
Okay. That might be a little. I mean, I'd love to do that as soon as possible, but I know I'm like going on vacation next week, so it's gonna be a little tough.
We'll make it happen at some point. Maybe if we do Saho next.
Well, we could do a trailer reaction to that, and then
sure.
We could put that out. Also, our Deva video is out.
Oh yeah,
we did react to that. That was under a copyright claim for a long time, still in dispute. But check that out because we did put our thoughts on that movie. So that song, not the movie.
Yeah, that sucks because I was like the proudest I was ever of a thumbnail. I was really happy with that thumbnail. And then literally uploading it, no matter what I did, it was like Sony Music. I think it was Sony Music.
Bad trailer as well. Okay.
South Sony. Yeah, it was Sony Music, and they blocked it. But because they haven't responded, it came back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shoebomb.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's very sweet of you.
Wait a second. I know a Shoebomb Chowdhury.
Do you?
I don't know if that's just like a coincidence that this could be the Shoebomb that I know.
Well,
but I doubt that it is because there's probably a ton of Shoebomb Chowdhuries out there.
Well, it's very sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, here, let's make a deal.
Watching Indian films after Sadhu Rahul. Don't worry. It's not going to be we're never watching it again because we've seen now what is out there.
We're going to keep going.
So,
what's up, Kush? How you doing? Listen, let's pick another movie after Saho because Luca's going away on vacation this week, so we wanted to get some content out for you guys. Let's get a few trailer reactions. What?
Put a poll up.
Oh, put a poll. Okay, so wait, where's my list? Where's my handy dandy?
Well, okay, so we got Tumbad. People want Tumbad.
I got you because there's. I got this.
And Hadhun. I don't know what that one is.
Here, I got it.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Anadhun.
So I'm going to put a poll up for the next movie, but guys, remember this is the next movie after Saho, so it's not the next movie. It's the movie after. I'm going to put in.
What are the top?
I'm going to put in Kathai. I'm going to Kathai, which is the precursor to Vikram.
Undadan.
I'm going to put
in. Guys. I'm really trying.
I'm going to put in Tumbad because you guys have been really recommending that one a lot. I'm going to put in Sholay, just because you guys told me it was like a sci-fi Star Wars kind of thing, and I was really vibing that.
Love Star Wars.
And let's see, 3 Idiots or Gangs of Wasseypur. I can only put one more. Which one has been recommended more? I think 3 Idiots has been.
I thought Gangs was.
Okay. But, listen, we're going pretty fast here. We'll be able to get a couple episodes out when he gets back, so you guys expect. We'll probably get most of these done very soon. All right, poll is out for everyone to answer if you'd like to get your vote taken on what episode will be next after Saho. It is all. I don't even know
what I would vote for, to be honest. Like,
what do you mean? You're the host.
I don't know what I would vote for.
You don't have to vote. No.
I know, but I mean, I watched for my other.
I mean, you can't. Page, it's not your choice. That's funny. I was kind of hoping Kathai was chosen because Vikram looked really interesting. But I want to leave it totally up to you guys.
I don't know, like, which one. Think? Oh, you didn't put on whatever.
What? On what?
I can't pronounce it. Andadam.
Is it on my list?
That's the ones that they're saying in chat.
Oh, sorry guys. I'm gonna
probably switch out Sholay for it, maybe.
Well, okay. If you guys want to just consider the Sholay button on done, then I'll recognize that. But I'm also adding it to like our actual list of movies, which is Here, I'm gonna show you guys the list one more time. I know I do this every episode, but it's because it's funny how insane it's. Oh, you can't even see it. It's not even bright enough.
Yeah, we'll consider show.
Here's the list of movies. Just remember, these are all the movies you guys have recommended. So we gotta wait.
Send me the list, and I'll put it in the. I'll make a separate sheet.
I have a Google Doc of it. I just need to add the new stuff to it.
Here, I made a second sheet already. Recommend suggestions, because it's easier to spell than recommendations.
Indian classic. Okay. Well, it looks like with 14 votes, thank you guys so much for voting that Gangs of Wasseypur is going to be next, and then Tom Bad. That's what it's looking like.
And you know what? We can do. Would you rather? We could do Gangs next. It might be like another. It sounds like a crime-based one again. But yeah. If you want to consider the Sholay button on Datum, then we can do Gangs, Undatum, and Tumbad, if you like that. Or yeah, that's all I'm going to be willing to do.
I'm going with whatever the poll says.
I mean, a lot of people already voted before we said that, so I almost feel like it's unfair. So
I think you can recast, right? No.
No.
Like the Godfather. Oh, Godfather. Oh.
Gangs, Tumbad, Undatum. Okay. How many people would want Gangs, Tumbad, and Undatum next?
I mean, that's a good next. That's a good week or two there. We can go pretty fast. So even if your movie was not picked, you can still expect it within the same month. I mean, we're going at this point like 1 to 2 episodes a week. So. Okay. No, everyone seems to have similar.
The poll has spoken, Nitin. Gangs has to be the next one, I would say. The only two that can switch are Tumbad and Undatum.
I think.
Okay. Gangs has 2 parts.
Luca, I gotta send you this list. I'm gonna text it to you in a minute. After we're done here. All right. Let's
choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the poll here. Thank you everyone so much for voting, taking the time to do that. We're looking at, Kathai didn't get any votes. I'm surprised because everyone was mentioning Vikram, but we had to watch that one first. But maybe down the road we will. So yeah.
Well,
I think that
I'm gonna have to go with. Well, I mean, so everything has been at least 3 hours, just in the first part.
Gangs is a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, does that change things for you?
No, at this point I'm used to it.
Well, in terms of I guess we could do a break between it could be Gangs, Tumbad. Well, I don't know if we have our community.
So community, thanks to you guys so much for the 500 subscribers, now 600. We have to wait for YouTube to give us the community page. It takes about a week, so it should be here any day really at this point. Then we will be able to let you guys know when we're going live. We can put polls on the community page so you guys don't need to go to our social medias as much. If you want to just stay updated with us here on YouTube, you will be able to, and we can actually talk to you guys.
We can do Tumbad in between.
So it should be coming soon. You'll see. I guess you'll get a community post. Turn the bell on the channel, and then as soon as we get a community post out, we can say hello to everyone. We will. We'll do that.
I think, yeah, AJ, I like that idea because I was thinking about that, like a break in between.
Yeah.
The 2 parts. So we'll do the first part of Gangs, and then we can do Tumbad, and then we can do the second part of Gangs, and then we can do Undatum. That sounds like a good. So what we could do is for next week, since I'm not going to be able to do a podcast, I'll be on the beach.
Fancy.
Getting my tan on. I can't really tan. But we'll have those trailer reactions out for you next week. And then yeah, I think that sounds good.
Cool. I think does that wrap it up here, I think, for today, guys.
Yeah. I think that done about wrap it up.
2 quick notes. Before we go, I did also watch Uncharted this morning. If you guys have not seen Uncharted, it's based on the games. Obviously, they kind of loosely do it. They change a lot of stuff. I'll do a 60-second review on it, just to let you guys know on Instagram if you want to see that, or a short. I'll put a YouTube short out. I've never done a 60 seconds, so expect a quick Uncharted review soon on the channel as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. Also, I don't know if there's any fans here, so I wanted to represent any One Piece fans here. Got some new merch. Let me know if you exist out there.
Oh God.
Uncharted is a free toy. You get a Happy Meal. I mean, it's just.
So,
I'll leave my thoughts for the actual.
Yes.
Review
Do your video.
Yeah.
That you can do on it. So, Rudra. We do have the Deva Deva song reaction out on the channel. It's up right now. Hopefully it's still up. I haven't checked. And yeah, we will do the Undadan trailer and the Tumbad trailer. That will go out next week. We have Pushpa sitting at a 7.1.
Yes.
So that is that rating. Sahu is coming up next because you guys don't want us to do it, and that makes us really want to do it.
Let's end on a funny note.
And then maybe, yeah, we will definitely do a Sahu trailer. And then, yeah, so a lot of fun stuff planned next week. And even though, yeah, holiday. Well, with me, I'm not in college anymore. I graduated, so it's still summertime here. So people are still off. So I'm just taking a vacation from doing nothing. I'm going to take a vacation from doing nothing.
I was going to say, this vacation is Luca prepping his body for Saho. That's what it is.
I mean, maybe I'll need a vacation from all my Ram Charan body training that I've been doing.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
You guys always see me with the shirt on, but underneath, it's getting shredded. So, in terms of trailers for next week, we'll do Sahu, we'll do Undadan, we'll do Tumbad, we will do Gangs. I believe we won't do the second part of Gangs just because I don't want it to spoil anything from the first one. Yes, I will be getting a Rambod. That is the goal. So give me a little bit more time.
Next Ram movie we watch, we have to shave our beards to just the mustache. Okay, you don't get a choice.
Oh God,
you have to. You have to. That or just awesome fake mustaches, but we'll never be as cool as him. So.
I mean, I'd be willing to.
Brahmastra trailer is out.
I'd be willing to trim the beard down, to almost like a 5 o'clock shadowy kind of look.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I could go clean.
No, he does that in the movie too. We can do that. Yeah, Brahmastra trailer reaction is on our channel. It's okay. We don't need saving. I'm so excited.
You don't need it. There's no safety net here. We're going in. We saw the signs. No running around the pool, no diving.
Yeah.
But we're breaking all the rules. So don't worry about us. All right. So with that said, stay tuned for those trailer reactions.
Yes.
Push busting out a 7.1, and hope we did it some type of justice. Maybe you guys enjoy it. Rudra, you got some catching up to do. Go check out some of the videos on the channel. As always, guys, please leave a like on the stream. You guys have made this possible for us. Please
thank you so
share
much.
this with your friends and have them subscribe and hit that notification bell to make sure that when we do get our community stuff up, that you guys are notified of when things are being posted, so we can continue interacting with all of you while we are not on the podcast. So yeah, I personally will see you guys probably after next week. Cody will be here. Maybe he'll do a special something for you.
Yeah, I was thinking I might do a live stream. Just me, behind the scenes, maybe. Okay, so AJ, Rudra, Nitin, Parv, Raul, let's see, anyone else? Archie, Biffer, of course. Who did I miss? Jennifer. Who did I miss? King, of course. Anyone else? Did I miss anyone else? Say goodbye to everyone. Nika, Krishkant, Kush. Anyone else? Did I miss anyone else? Well, thank you all.
Yes, thank you guys.
Let's just make sure I got everyone's names. Want to thank everyone. Raul, I think I said. Yeah, okay. I got everyone, I think. So thank you all for joining. We hope you enjoy the episode. And
we'll check out the
yeah,
honest
I guess
trailer.
we'll check that out. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night or morning, and we will see you all very soon. Peace out.
Bye.